Let's see. I have a backlight on, and if I turn it off, let's see if it says like, so before,
Okay.
after, before. I know you can't really tell the difference, right?
Yeah, I'm not seeing the difference.
Well, you failed. I'm
No,
just gonna leave it off.
Again.
You sit in the dark. I know. You're such a disappointment. That was like
Well,
me. It felt mean even just coming out of my mouth.
Hey, you're my dad.
I know. Like it was terrible. It was terrible. Something is rotten on my patio, or my porch, rather. Something is rotten on my porch.
Oh dear.
Yes.
And wow, I mean, how rotten is it? We're on your porch.
How rotten is it? I don't.
It's so rotten.
It smells like a dead animal.
Yikes.
Okay. And I smelled it.
Does porch have an under?
No, we dude.
Or is it a concrete kind of porch?
I don't even know what to do with you anymore. Like, I will redirect you back to episode 1 when we talked about the make of my porch and the fact that anyway. No, there's no under.
Okay, just checking.
Although there was when there's possums that not possums but armadillos that burrow their way down underneath the
into the sandy hole.
Yeah. So, I walk up to the door 2 days ago and I could smell this rottenness. Like, cadaver. It's nasty. Yeah, and so then I'm looking around and I'm sure I'm like, there must be like a dead squirrel or something like sitting in the, I don't know, bushes right off the side. Couldn't find a thing. So then I went into like the backyard because that comes up towards that area, but not quite all the way. And then I went through there and I looked and couldn't find anything. Couldn't smell it either. And I can smell. Yeah. So really. I'm looking all around. I can't find it, but I can. It's only in that one area. Like when you get close to the door, the front door. This is our first impression. That you get to the front door and it smells like a dead body. And I even smelled the wreath that we have on the door because I thought, well, maybe something crawled in there and died.
Dead guy wreath.
It's like, no, it's not even real. It's artificial, but still, something could have burrowed in. So I smell the wreath. I must look. My neighbors they must just be fascinated at this point. Oh, look what he's doing now, guys! Look, come here. Look what he's doing. Don't let him see you.
That's the guy talking to ducks, right? Yeah.
It's like. Didn't we see his picture on Facebook? Warning. And so so Jason's smelling wreaths now on the door, and it's not that. And for the life of me, I can't figure out what it is. So now I'm just hoping that whatever it is, it just gets done with the decomposing part because it doesn't stink forever. Things when they decompose, eventually they stop because, right. I'm just like, can you get on with this, please? And here's the really crazy part. Like, it's been kind of cool here.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if it was like 100 degrees?
Yeah. No kidding.
So the only thing I'm kind of mildly afraid of is that what if it got into that space that's like between the roof and like there must be some.
I was gonna
between like in the soffit maybe got in like this like maybe there's an opening somewhere in the soffit and got in there and then.
Because you get those vents on the sides, sometimes to let the hotter air out, and sometimes like squirrels or something will crawl in there and
not crawl out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of. I mean, also we had the whole HVAC system, like.
Oh right.
So,
maybe
but there's no smell inside.
Air guys are up there, and he just had a heart attack while he was putting in your.
So, dude, this is how messed up. Okay, apparently you're messed up as I am because. Maybe I'm a little bit more messed up because I actually thought today as I'm walking, my walk, I was thinking like, what could it possibly be? One of the things that did cross my mind, I actually let it go, but it did cross my mind was like, what if the guys like did need to hide a body or something, and so they just stuck it up there That's their whole thing.
I can think of probably better ways.
What if it's a front? What if they front like it's a front for the mafia or something? I shouldn't even be saying these things now.
Right, now you're going to be in somebody's air conditioner.
I mean, there are a lot of people from Jersey who moved to Florida.
Tommy, did you take care of that problem? Yeah, he's on ice, boss.
And by ice, I mean he's inside the roof on the.
He's in the Freon.
What's that? Soylent Green. Yeah, that's great.
Soylent Blue because it's cool.
Soylent Blue. It's terrible. So, that's interesting. So, how was camping?
Well, up until the part, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's.
I was dry in my bed.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, for the most part, it was great because we were out at Fort DeSoto State Park, or I don't know if it's a state park or it's some kind of a park, and there is a fort, and presumably it is Fort DeSoto, and it's out close to St. Petersburg.
Okay.
On the old west coast of Florida there. And then for the most part, it was fantastic. The weather was real nice for the most part. And playing some games and doing some cookouts. And it was really windy. But, you get that evening on the coast, evening on the beach or whatever. A lot of wind's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And then it started to sprinkle a little bit, and we were like, it's about time, we can turn in now anyway, and that way we'll get out of the rain. Well, it proceeded to rain until we left the next morning.
and it rained, and it rained, and it rained,
and it rained. The day.
That's right. I think there was one more and it rained in there too. I think
it could be.
It always felt like it went one too many. Like,
where she lost her place on the script or something. Emphasis. But yeah, so and the thing is we have a great tent. We have a an REI tent. We were warm and dry as long as we stayed in the tent.
And don't touch the sides.
Problem
is it the kind of tent where if you touch the sides, like you let all the moisture in the world into the?
Well, there's you get the condensation on the side, and so you don't want to get like finger grease or whatever that will goof with the surface tension or something. And so there was a little bit of that, but it wasn't too bad. You stay away from it, and you were okay. But the problem is, the thing for being a lightweight fabric, that thing retains heat pretty well because when you unzip, you get the little cold, air in.
Nippy.
Like, wow, it's pretty impressive how much heat stays in the tent. But the problem is, the bathrooms aren't in the tent.
Well,
they're outside the tent.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of awkward if they were
unless you're pretty cavalier about.
I think they call those Winnebagos.
Well, yeah, no, if we had that kind of tent, no problem. But yeah, so once you have to get out of the tent to go to the bathroom, you are no longer warm and dry. You are now cold and spritzed with moisture. Let's say. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was interesting.
It's the funny thing. One of the funny things about camping is that you're looking for the perfect spot. And how long did you take to find your spot?
We actually pre-did our spots. So we knew where we were going to be.
You could select the specific spot when you were reserving?
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you have to, it's not quite a lottery like you get at like say Havasupai or anything like that, but it is a sort of you had to book.
A lot of people that's why we did like camp Sunday out in the rain in Florida.
Well, that's the thing is we booked this like a month ago, so who knew it was going to rain, right? So,
I mean, they could have asked me.
Well, are you a camping person? I
know, but I am a rain.
I totally didn't peg you for campy guy.
No, I know I do camp. I haven't camped in a long time, but I do camp. And here's the thing, I get a lot of anxiety about like the whole like where am I going to go? Like, do we have to get there early? Do we have to like find the right spot? because there's the better spots. Is there I don't even know, is there a Street View equivalent for camping? Can you
I think some of them do have that, yeah.
But did you satellite Google Map it or something to see which spot you wanted to have?
No, I just knew which number
How?
our thing was.
But how did you know which one you wanted?
Well, somebody else actually. We there's a couple of families from one of them from our townhome.
You put this in the hands of someone else?
Thing. Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh. I think that is probably
and then
the
friends
way to do it.
that we met through them, and then the friends we met through them arranged all of this, and they were doing a thing where they were only doing every other spot because of COVID, but apparently somebody got tired of doing that and they started filling the other spots too. But yeah, we wanted one that was on the beach part, and then the closest one we could get to that, because we needed two. And so yeah, so I just looked for the number that I knew we were supposed to be.
Yeah, you
in.
didn't know. Right. You were just literally looking for. It's like the hotel gives you your room number and you go looking for the room.
Right.
Number. You weren't
right,
well,
exactly.
this spot
exactly
isn't
right.
exactly level, and this isn't exactly. Doesn't.
Right. There was no Goldilocks in this one.
Because for me, that's a big part of the anxiety about camping.
Is it going to be a good spot?
Yeah, I was it's I don't. You want a sucky spot because then you spend, and by you I mean me. I spend the entire time looking at that one spot across the down this road by the stream, that really good spot that where they can hear the bubbling brook overnight.
Right.
They don't have to have any
and
white
the people
noise
that are in
going.
that spot, how many of those could fit into an air conditioner? And then we could take their spot.
I get Vinny on speed dial. And
you
so
could get both Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Chief, and they would take care of that for you.
So I think, and then
It's the episode of Callbacks.
And then I think about, do I get the spot that's close to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
No one really wants the spot close to the bathroom because
We had the spot right next to the
number one,
bathroom.
it's close to the bathroom, and number two, it's you don't. I don't know, you want to hear that noise. There's a lot of pitter patter and pitter by pitter.
It wasn't too bad for us. We
Really?
were literally the spot next to the bathroom, and let me tell you, at 2:00 in the morning, when you're kind of flip flopping your way
Well,
up there,
that's
at
the upside to having the spot by the bathroom.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
But-
ends up being nice.
But did it have lighting in there? Was it big fluorescent attracting
It was
every bug in
remarkably
Florida?
good. Oh no, it was a remarkably good bathroom. I was shocked at how good of a bathroom it was,
What was the lighting
and
like?
relieved very much. Oh, extremely
That's
good
the
lighting.
idea of a bathroom.
Right. Well, man, it wasn't just like a concrete room with holes in the floor.
So,
But
well, go ahead. No, it's the lighting.
well, no, I was just gonna say that the lighting was great, and it was all night, and it wasn't creepy or anything like that, and it was too cold and windy for
That's the
bugs.
standard. It was a remarkably
campground bathrooms
it was a
we're talking
remarkably
about.
great bathroom. I mean, there wasn't just a hole in the floor in concrete, and it wasn't creepy, but it was. I mean,
It was good. It was good. That is good for campground bathroom. I think we're not aware of the grading scale here.
no, but I mean,
I've seen some stuff, man.
I know, but I'm just imagining. I'm imagining in my head that is the kind of the horror movie kind of the fluorescent light that's
Right, there's flickering, yeah.
And then
There's that Tesla coil
and there's
sound.
that giant spider or daddy long leg that's sitting up there looking
Right.
at you and then you look away and you look back and it's not there and now it's over here, it's closer. You're like, oh. That's kind of what I imagine campground bathrooms as being.
Yeah, and that's what they usually are, but these were pretty good.
Oh. But the ambient light, the light didn't drift. You didn't have light pollution into your.
No, we had a good sort of a wall of trees and vegetation and stuff like that between us and it. So it was just you go out to the little road by the spots, and then you just kind of hang a U-turn and you go right into the bathroom area.
Oh,
so it was really easy.
Okay. Because there's no stuff in a peephole.
No, not in this situation. No,
You'd have to,
the
tent's kind of
wrap your head in a blanket or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like it was enjoyable.
and then you go into the bathroom with the blanket on your head.
And now you're that guy.
And now somebody else on their podcast is going, you should have seen this guy.
And he kept smelling things. So you made it through. You weren't completely soaked.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've had worse.
That is the standard. It's like, is it better than the worst? Well,
right,
then it's
exactly.
a success.
As long as you haven't exceeded yourself in that particular direction, you're doing good.
Well, that's good. Now you had something we didn't talk about last time.
Oh,
that you wanted?
Did I?
Yeah, you did, and we didn't get to it. And I was feeling really bad about it all week, and apparently I didn't need to be, because
forgetting.
Yeah, that happened. You were.
I remember now remarking that we needed to go back and talk about something, but now I don't remember what it is. Oh, what is it? I mean,
I don't think we talked about it. I don't know. Maybe we did talk about it. I'm so bad at this, like, remembering thing.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Greatest hits albums is what I have.
Greatest
written
hits.
down.
Oh no, we talked about that.
But did we really talk about it, or we just talk about it?
Well, we talked about my my distaste at and not necessarily a greatest hits album, even though that was part of the problem. But like whenever things would come up and you'd see like some classic song,
right, we went through that,
and it's credited to either a compilation album or a greatest hits album.
Right. We didn't really talk about great. Okay. I think in my head I thought that conversation was going to go in a different direction. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And then
I was going to say, well, you were the foolish one for thinking it was going to go in any particular direction.
That's fair. That's fair. That's probably true.
It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
But you, on the other hand, do have a pin you slung at me yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's the rather cryptic phrase "sneaky sasquatch," which sounds like some kind of a bizarre sex act.
Yeah, well, they could. It's
the sneaky sex.
I can assure you, it is not that.
Well, now I'm disappointed.
Well, imagine the other,
but
the other.
Imagine the Sasquatch.
Okay, I don't play. I think we've talked about this before. I don't play a lot of video games anymore because I just get sucked in and I can't let go, and I just lose time, and and then children don't get fed, bills don't get paid. You're out on the street. No,
you get a dead guy in your air conditioner.
Right, and you got to explain that. But one night, I don't know, I was probably literally laying in bed having difficulty sleeping, which, and of course the best thing to do when that happens is to reach for your phone.
Yeah.
Because, that's going to get you to sleep.
Yeah, nothing calms your brain down like messing with your
really.
Phone.
So I went to, it occurred to me that I have a subscription to the Apple Arcade thing.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I do not, and I'm wondering about it. We can talk about the intricacies of the thing itself in a little bit, but go on with your story.
I don't know. I mean, I went out and looked, what games are available that are different. And that's the other thing, that you don't go to a special place. You really just go to the App Store and then go to there's like an arcade section of the App Store that then has games there. And they're pretty good. They're like pretty high touch quality games there.
Okay.
In the Apple Arcade section. And I came across this game that had won, I don't know if it had won awards or what. It looked interesting. It looked popular. She was cute. And then it's called Sneaky Sasquatch.
Okay.
And are you trying to get me to explain the premise? Is that what you're trying to
I don't know. I can't imagine that there's any explanation for the premise of a game called Sneaky Sasquatch that would be that wouldn't be disappointing considering the things that are running around in my head right now.
I don't want to know those things.
Well, no, you probably don't.
Do I want to know those? No, I don't want to know those things, do I? I'm trying to find the description. Okay, no, that's not it. Where do you? They don't even make descriptions anymore.
Are you the titular Sasquatch?
You have to watch the video to even find out what the right, the whole thing. So basically, the idea is that you're the Sasquatch that lives in a campground, and you happen to have like a little home. You have like a little cabin kind of thing, shack. But it's nice. It's actually quite nice. It was a well picked spot at the campground.
Well, good.
And
good. Sasquatches know how to pick the spots.
That's and you're kind of like you're out on the fringe of the campground. You're kind of like you're technically in the park, but like you're not really in the campground.
Right, yeah, Sasquatches got to have their space.
Yeah, right. So then I gotta move because like I'm watching out the corner of my eye. I'm seeing like the videos playing from the app store. And it's like now I'm like, oh wait, I never saw that screen. You're the Sasquatch and you have to like survive in the campground, and there's a park ranger who's like, darn you Sasquatch, like get out of my campground. Like he'll kick you out if he catches you. But you have to like fend for food. You have to like forage for food and not, trying to like sneak into little like there's a camper there and you can go by the tent and open the ice chest and like take stuff out and and then
you have to like be quiet so that
because they'll call the
that's fun actually.
It's so much fun. And then but there's like a plot beyond that, like you end up there's a whole storyline, big time where, and I won't give anything away other than to say it's your job to save the campground.
Oh, campground's in trouble.
Yes, but then there are all these side mission things that you can do, like you eventually encounter, once you're able to use canoes, you eventually, because you got to get an oar, and oar costs money anyway. Don't worry, there's a little raccoon in a tree who will sell you all sorts of stuff, and you. But you can canoe your way across the lake, and then there's this fisherman dude who will he likes to talk about fish, of course, and he has this like really nice fishing rod that lets you catch the big fish, but it's only available for serious fishermen.
Oh yeah.
And so, that's what he says. But he gives you this book of fish, like freshwater fish. And he says, "Hey, I tell you what, if you bring me back some impressive fish, I'll make it worth your while," sort of thing.
Prove you're serious.
So now, in addition to the things you have to do to try to save the campground, you are also, trying to impress this fisherman dude so he'll give you that fishing rod and you can make money. That's just like one example. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I lost, like the first time I played this, when I couldn't sleep, I lost like 2 hours in this stupid game.
I was about to ask, how quickly did you get to sleep after you started playing
Marcus,
this?
It was like the blink of an eye, man. It's like time travel meets crack. It's like, boom, done. Like you've now lost like 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean though.
So that happened, that little affair that I was having with the Sasquatch lasted about, I don't know, at least 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
maybe 3. Yeah, I mean, it was getting bad. Like I would basically, some of it was good. Like so in the evening when I kind of in wind down mode, and I'm like, okay, do I want to sit down and watch something on television? Like it's for me. And now I'm gonna let you into Jason's. This is like more stuff that you wish you never knew about Jason. But like for me, like watching television is a trigger. Like that's typically when I'll like eat junk food, I don't mean junk food. Like Jason's version of junk food is like hummus. Like I eat too much hummus. That's my bro. Hello, my name is Jason, and I eat too much hummus.
Hi, Jason.
It's been 15 hours since my last bit of hummus, kind of thing, or stuff like that. Like I don't. But it doesn't matter because you know what? Hummus has a lot of calories, like per tablespoon. It's very efficient.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Beware of hummus.
Beware of hummus.
Beware.
They say.
Beware. So anyway, but I would instead, I'd say, you know what? I'm not going to sit down and watch TV. I'm going to play Sasquatch. And I'll just sit there on my couch and like play a little Sasquatch. And like 2 hours goes by. Like, I gotta go to bed. Okay, so I go to bed, and I play a little more Sasquatch.
In the bed?
Yeah. Well, because, look, we got 2 dogs. Both of them believe that they should be, like, either like one, the lab likes to be between Michelle and me, and then the other likes to be up above the pillow. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, but it's actually kind of convenient because we worked out this system where I can kind of just prop my head up on her. Like she's
the dog.
Yeah, it's like a quid pro quo kind of thing. Like, okay, you let me lay up here above your pillow, and I'll let you put your head on me, and then yeah, and then I have one of those like little lift bed things for free.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
and it's a heated bed too.
And it's heated, right? And it's so soft. Yeah, and it does lick you back sometimes, but it's other than that, it's fine. So I'm playing this. This has gone on like for a while, and the thing, and I achieved the first mission. I was on to the second. Actually, I achieved the second mission. Wow, I got through the second like whole plot line thing, and then I got to this almost like it's like when Voyager finally left the solar, not the solar system, but like what they call the come on, dude, you're Mr. Science. Like it's like that
Delta Quadrant. Oh, we're not talking about that voyage. Whoops. Kind of outed myself.
Wow. Well, that was great.
So it left the like the Oort cloud and all that.
I don't even know if I could keep going.
The Voyager space probe that we launched, the really real one.
Oh my goodness. This is great. So Voyager, I don't know if it's a Voyager. I think both Voyagers now have.
Yeah.
I mean, they are
Voyager 6. That becomes Voyager.
I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to find out the name of like where it is now, but it has to do with like that area beyond. It's the heliosphere. That's what it is. It's crossed the they call the heliopause, and entered interstellar space.
Heliopause. A lot of hot flashes.
Yeah, right, exactly. Coronal mass ejections, which sounds just, you shouldn't be able to say that.
I was winking to the audience because I don't think,
you knew that was coming?
I think they got a thing and they may have gotten it. Anyway.
Oh, okay. I missed it. Did I miss it?
It's possible. Oh. I made a menopause joke.
Oh, no, I heard.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Making sure.
Anyway,
there's nothing funnier about talking about the joke you just made.
So I what the hell was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so it's I'm in that part of that game that's like in the heliopause. Like I'm like in that interstellar space area. Like there isn't an obvious new mission or plot that I've come across yet.
Season 3 hasn't started yet. But
I did find this. There's a couple like little minor achievement type things that you can do that I've been trying to do. But what I did find is this person who is looking for their dog. They lost their dog.
Oh.
And so you had to go to the telephone booth and call this number. Because it was on the sign, you had to call this number to find out more information about the lost dog, and then the person would tell you that, like, oh yeah, I lost my dog, and I hear that it was spotted at such and such. So this place could be like all the way across the map, or it could be like right there in the town that you're in. Oh, at this point, I had my own apartment in town, also.
Yes, Sasquatch.
Because it was closer to where I was working.
Well, that's what Sasquatch needs in his
I had a job.
apartment.
I had a job. And I had a job. That's the other thing. Like I was having to show
commute.
I was having to go up. No, right. So I was having to go to my job and get stuff done.
What job was it that you had?
Oh, well, by the time at this stage,
I mean, protector of the camp. But
at this point, I was an executive, and I'd already gotten like the big head honcho arrested and thrown into prison because he was like a bad
this
guy.
Game took a really weird turn.
Oh, yeah. I'm still Sasquatch though. And so, but I'm in disguise. I bought clothes.
Yeah, like a hat.
I'm really good at my job too. So I would have to do my job. But then when this dog thing came along, this lost dog, then what would happen is I would go to work and I'd do my job, get all the stuff done I need to get done, like meetings, sign papers, because I'm an executive now, and then and then sometimes I fill it in as like IT
Sasquatch
guy too,
gig.
and then as soon as the day was over, I would hightail it out of there, go to the phone booth, like call, find out where's the dog, unless I had a chance to do that earlier when I was running an errand, and then I would go looking for this dog. Well, and then you would find the dog, and you had to give the dog biscuits that you had to buy from the grocery store, and
Now, did the raccoon operate the grocery store?
oh no, those are people, those are real people. So come on, don't be crazy. So
Sorry, I don't know where my head was.
So then you have to give him biscuits, and then you have to like rub his belly or rub his head, and you can see the little heart filling up because he's falling in love with you. You become his buddy, but then he runs off.
Yeah, when you're rubbing his belly, why don't you grab him?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
So I did try to figure out whether I had to buy a leash or not. No, you don't. So eventually, after you do this enough, he like decides he wants to like come with you. So you then take him back to the person who was looking for him, because you've been basically doing this every day for weeks, even though this person just keeps answering the phone, telling you where they are, and then they say something like, "Oh, it looks like he really likes you. So, like maybe you should keep him. Do you want to keep him?" Mm-hmm. So then you have a dog. I have a dog. Did it just get like brighter in here, or is it me?
I didn't notice
like
anything, but maybe your camera compensated.
That was weird. Okay. Something's got to. So so now I have a pet dog, which is kind of what you were looking for, right? I have a pet. I have this dog now.
Yeah. So you're a Sasquatch with a dog.
Yeah.
Executive Sasquatch.
Here's the thing. You have to buy the dog bed. You have to buy food, a bowl, all this stuff.
This is starting to sound like The Sims, like where you have a job and you have to start taking care of.
Here we go. So up until now, I mean, the job part was a little monotonous, but I was working towards something. I was like, okay, I'm going to do these things. Now I'm at this point where I'm kind of stuck, man. I'm like, I can't do anything because I have this freaking dog I got to take care of, and I don't want. And
it's just stifling you as a Sasquatch.
I'm like, he if you can either send him home, which means he's going to the old home in the campground, not to the apartment, because he's not that smart. He's not smart enough to operate an elevator, I guess. Or you can have him with you. He comes to the office and stuff, but he poops in the office, so you have to pick the poop up with bags that you bought from the grocery store. And then you have to dispense, because you can't just carry those around in your book bag with everything else that you carry around. So you gotta dispense with. I'm like constantly taking care of this darn dog, and I can't do anything else. Like I'm like, what else can I possibly do? I can't go fishing. Yeah, I can't go racing my car like I like to. I can't go to the yacht club that I belong to.
You can't go racing your car.
I can't go play golf. I can't go like all these things that I enjoyed doing before.
And these are all possibilities for the Sasquatch to do.
They're necessities.
Well, yeah. One would say, especially golf. If you're a CEO of a company,
well, that's the thing that you can't.
Deals are made on the golf course. Well,
because you're trying, like you have to. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but you have to become good at golf so that you can go golfing with the boss, because it's the only way you're going to get in to get the access you need and yada yada. So, long story long, I was playing this game for weeks. I mean, you can tell. Like I was like, I'm.
Let me take a quick time out here and ask you this very important question. Are you making this up? Because if you are, that's fantastic. And we need to develop this game.
Not at all.
But this is the weirdest game I've ever heard of in my life.
That's why it's so compelling, man. But here's the problem. I got this dog. And the dog is because he's such a. It sounds so bad, but like he's such a chore now. Yeah. I stopped playing.
The dog has compelled you.
I just stopped playing.
To quit playing.
Because I don't want to deal with him, and I don't know what to do. Like I can't be the guy that just like ignores the dog until it leaves, or. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want it to die. What if I stop feeding? I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Like, it was fine when I was just trying to like save the campground, or
back when things
get the evil guy arrested, or win every race at the racetrack,
Go
or
for the company.
it was learn how to fish.
What kind of company is this, by the way?
No.
Or is it just Sasquatch Incorporated?
What kind of questions? I don't know what they do. I don't know. They have like an IT department. They have a mail room. They have meetings. They do lots of meetings.
This is a pretty fleshed out universe here. I'm surprised that the phone is able to hold this whole city.
It's
all these different possibilities. It's like the Matrix.
I don't think it goes as deep as it may seem, but it's.
Oh, not yet. You haven't taken care of the dog.
I can't go back. I can't go back,
dude.
So
the
Michelle,
dog is like the. He's going to turn out to be like the Oracle from the Matrix, and you're going to set you free. And it turns out the Sasquatches have all been enslaved by the robot race.
maybe, but we'll never know because I can't go back. And Michelle said to me, she's like, "Well, is something going to happen to him? Is he going to die if you don't go?"
Is it real time?
No,
he's there right now
no,
waiting on
I
you.
can't. Oh my goodness, can you imagine?
It's like Fry's dog from Futurama.
Oh, that'd be terrible. No, it's not like that at all. The time stops when you leave the app.
That's probably
in fact, for anybody who is now, I can't imagine why, but if you have now been inspired to go check this game out, there's a trick because you can't save the game. You can't pre-save the game. Like when you leave
you can't save sub and then try something out.
Correct.
Go back. Right.
And here's the thing: sometimes when you're driving a race car around town to get to the diner faster or to the phone booth or something, you may I don't know, maybe bump or even run over a pedestrian, and the minute you do that, the second you do that, really, the police come after you.
Ooh.
And there's
zero tolerance for running over pedestrians.
You never get away, and they'll put you in jail, and then basically you get put in jail and then sent out of jail after. It's actually not that bad. They running over a pedestrian doesn't turn out to be that bad from a criminal justice standpoint, but
you spend the night in jail or something.
Yeah, and then they'll let you go the next day. But then it screws so much up. You're like, I can't spend a night in jail. I can't spend a night in jail because I got I'm gonna get out. I'm my dog's not gonna be fed, or I'm gonna be late to work, and now I'm gonna miss out on that golf outing that I was supposed to get. There's all these things. So what you do as soon as you hit the pedestrian by accident,
mm-hmm.
I just force close the app.
Oh, yeah.
And I go back in, and it always saves on whatever screen you were on before.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can drive a little more safely around. Yeah. Just a little tip there.
Awesome.
So that is my dilemma, is that I really enjoyed this game. I probably enjoyed it too much. I should be grateful that there has been this intervention via the dog. But
that was the point. The dog is there to be sort of your control rod.
And I feel like they must have that data. They must see the abandonment rate just fall off a cliff when people get the dog. I cannot be the only one who gets to the point where you're like, I just can't. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Is it good? And they added it recently. If you go to the app screen, which I know everyone will.
Oh, it was in an update note.
It's a version 1.5 because it's pretty 1.5. Hasn't been out that long. We added lots of new things, including Sasquatch can adopt a dog, a new pet shop, dog furniture like a doghouse and a dog bed, tennis balls to play fetch with, dog bags for dog waste management, and more custom outfit slots, which I think are just complete waste, and a new... I swear to God, I'm not making this up. And a new valet duck that will fetch your vehicles for a fee.
Do you have the valet duck?
No. It's a waste of money.
What the hell kind of talk is that?
Because
a valet duck is never a waste of money.
Because your vehicles, here's the thing: you can have multiple vehicles, and they park them at the dealership, and so whatever vehicle you've had most recently is the one you end up with at home. So
there's a lot of Grand Theft Auto in this.
Not really, though.
But I mean, like, sort of the format of all these different side quests you can do.
Probably.
There's you know, you run over things and the police can't get you and they throw you in jail for overnight. You know, I mean, that's what happens in Grand Theft Auto. You could gun down like 15 people, get thrown in jail, and you come out the next day.
Yeah, that's
like,
that sounds mean.
Yeah, well, it's not a nice game.
Okay. Well, I am.
It's not called Grand Theft Cookies.
I haven't deleted it off my phone yet, but it's sitting there just staring at me. But I don't.
Now, if they were smart and they found out that most people abandoned the game after the dog, they would change the icon into a dog going.
No, that would be no good. No.
Can you come?
Oh, that's terrible. No. And then I'm definitely deleting the app. Just start giving me. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, I gotta.
Did you name your dog, by the way, or does he already have a name?
You do name the dog.
Oh, you do name the dog. Oh, what is you name the dog?
I'm not telling you.
Marshmallow. Well, come on.
No. I'm not telling you.
Come on. What is Jason's dog's name? Not the real ones, but the virtual one that he wants to leave.
I'm not telling you. It's not nice. I mean, you're not going to be nice.
It's not nice.
I mean, it is nice. It's a nice name. It's a fine. It's a controversial name.
I called him.
My name is Patrick.
No, that's terrible. Dude, I remember the jerk, Steve Martin. I think you just ended up needing to bleep yourself.
I think I would. Yeah, kind of on purpose.
How does it feel?
But it feels good.
Okay.
I've had to bleep myself before, but I couldn't use Patrick because you were talking at the same time, and it would have Patricked over you too.
So what happened? Did you just take?
I just muted my side for a second.
I wish I had that power. I named him. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to.
Oh, come on! You almost did it. Now everybody wants to know.
It's Grogu.
Hands up! It's Grogu.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, people are going to hate me now.
No, they're not.
Half the world hates the name.
Well, half the world sucks.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Grogu's fine. I mean, come on. It's Star Wars. You'll get used to it.
Well, my point was, like, you could have named him. You could have today. I literally said this. You could have named him Stanley, and
right.
I would have loved the name. Like, how can you not like any name?
Actually, Stanley would have been a pretty interesting, a very cool name for him.
All I can hear, and now all I can hear is Mrs. Roper yell like, Stanley. Come on, come on, knock on our door.
If Grogu had Norman Fell's voice, that would be fantastic. You guys, I don't even remember how he sounds, but
I'm sure it was like that.
I remember it was Norman Fell.
Yeah. So that's my Sasquatch. That's my Sasquatch thing.
That's a very interesting game.
It's a lot of fun until
drugs definitely
don't go
played
looking
a
for the
role
dog.
in the development of that game.
Maybe if you only the best apparently though. If you do start playing this game, just word to the wise,
ignore the lost dog.
Just forget about the lost dog. Don't do
it.
The
guy's gonna give it away anyway. What does he care about getting the dog back? Apparently not very much.
Spend your time fishing. I also don't know whether I'm supposed to continue to work. Like, I get a salary, and I'd also get money when I do certain things. So, like, but I don't know.
Well, are you saving for your retirement?
Most of my money has gone to this dumb dog now. Like, I bought
the dog is an investment.
The dog stuff's expensive. So you end up, like, I was making I was like amassing a small fortune, and then I got this dog.
Nah, it's all gone.
It's almost all gone. I had to even downscale my apartment. I had the best apartment.
Whoa!
Well, I had like a 2-bedroom apartment. I didn't need 2-bedroom, but it was the only one that had a radio and like a full kitchen. And so, but again, I could afford it, so why not, right? I thought maybe there'd be like another, I don't know, like another Sasquatch around or something.
A Sasqueen.
Something
Would show up.
No, I got a dog.
No. Dog instead.
And the dog doesn't even sleep at the apartment.
What?
The dog doesn't sleep. All the dog bed. You buy a dog bed or dog bowl or anything, you know where it goes? Back to the old place.
The old, like his old place or your
my old place? Like the place in the campground,
like
which I haven't gone to in forever
or
because I've been working and I'm staying in town and sleep in my apartment in town. And And I could, like I could have a nicer place. Like I could spend my money on like fixing up the shack or making it bigger and getting like a whole. But I have to like basically pay these some ducks to. I have to get wood from the lumber yard and then like take the wood to these ducks who then they're like carpenter ducks and they'll like build things to spec for me.
Wood ducks.
Wood. I can't believe I'm saying these words out loud.
I'm enjoying the hell out of this. Stinking carpenter ducks.
I just want to go fish. There's a whole.
So ducks seem to be very, very prominent in the service industry.
I found a bay
ballet ducks.
and it opens to the ocean. So there's a whole, like, there's saltwater fish to be found now.
Yeah.
But I have no time.
No time because of the dog.
Yes, I wish I could show this to you.
Don't you have the option to send the dog back to its original owner? I thought you said that was a thing.
I don't know. No, I don't know if I can. Maybe I could just go.
Well, maybe you didn't want him back. It's like,
Well, maybe I could just go call the number.
Hey, I lost the dog.
No, be like, can you take this dog back, please? I wonder if that would work.
Nope.
You think that would work?
I've been fishing. I've got my 2-bedroom apartment back. I do not want that dog anymore.
And I can't go back to that point in time either. It's not like you can save like it's not like that. You can't go back to the life before the dog.
It's like kids in that way.
I mean, I don't know. I think even to like it was a whole deal. Like to get a bank account, I had to like call the bank and make an appointment. It's so much.
You had to make an appointment.
Dude, I had to go
bank.
to the DMV. I had to go to the DMV to get a license. I had to like 4 different driving tests so that I could enter these different races.
You're screwing with me on this. I don't buy this for a second.
Can you not? You gotta go to the DMV and you gotta take a number, like at the deli. And when you take the number, like the dude at the DMV, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything, but you can't go to him yet because he hasn't called your number and he's taking a nap.
Oh, of course.
And then it's so good. I'm sending this to you right now. I'm sending this to you, and I know you don't.
Are you gonna suck me into this?
I don't know. Oh yeah. You're gonna be so addicted, it's not even funny. I should get like a finder's fee for this because I know. But that's the other thing. I think I don't know if it's just available in the arcade or not.
Or can you get it as a?
So there's not even. It's like the word. It's like Southwest Airlines. This is my. Other than the fact that they aren't doing the right thing when it comes to physical distancing and so forth right now, so I won't fly them.
Yeah.
I used to fly them all the time. The only thing I didn't like about it is that there's no way to upgrade the experience.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So I can't like I would willingly pay for the other 2 seats. It's so cheap, right? Like $60 each way to Baltimore. Like I will buy both of the other seats if I'm traveling alone or if I was with some Michelle or something. Like I'll buy the center seat. Don't sit anybody there. I'm gonna pay for it. Don't put anybody there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're still getting the money. What do they care?
Well, they care apparently because you can't do that. And so the Sasquatch, it's like the same thing. There's no way. It's like there's no way to improve the situation via money. Like so many, not that you want this, but like so many apps have these in-app purchase thing going on.
Oh, right, where you can pay for like extra in-game money.
Or maybe I like pay somebody to just take care of the dog.
Well, there you go. You get one of these ducks to do it.
That's what they need to invent.
The dog sitter
walker. Yes, yes. But the ducks are kind of like scoundrels in this thing too. They're like not.
That's racist.
Is it? I don't think so. Speciesist, maybe, but yeah, I sent it to you, so you're welcome.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I know. I noticed.
You totally have to play this. Because I can't.
I definitely want to watch the video at least because I want to see how they describe this game. This game is this is just being a person, except you're a Sasquatch.
This is a sneaky Sasquatch.
You have to do your taxes. I mean, like,
I haven't gotten to taxes.
So weird.
I haven't had to do taxes. I think it's like maybe a flat tax or something.
In game, we're still only in like February.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. So So then like I didn't want something else to play because I couldn't just go cold turkey. I was like, I can't just like all of a sudden not have something. I gotta like ease my way out of this. I just can't find anything. Like everything's just
Can't find a good
stupid.
methadone.
Everything's just stupid. Like I need like, I mean, this one at least tricked you into thinking like, oh, it's this very simple, low maintenance, easy kind of game. You're not gonna get sucked into anything.
And you had to go to the DMV.
Then you're going to the DMV and like waiting at the DMV. No, the best is when you're doing the IT work, because we're still talking about this now. When you're doing the IT work for the company, and that's your third job. You start out in the mailroom.
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah, and then you become like basically errand boy, but you still get to do the mailroom thing too. Get to do it, yeah. And then errand boy's fun because you get to go out in the town and get stuff from people and whatever. Yeah. And then you work your way up to like help desk for the IT help desk kind of thing,
which is the greatest job in the world.
Which is pretty good actually, except that you're still running errands for people and. But it's all right because I would just stash stuff in my backpack that I knew that people liked, like bananas and hamburgers, and then like you get a hamburger from the day before. Like I have like 6 hamburgers in my bag because I don't want to run down to the diner again. Plus hamburgers are good, and so
apparently.
I would somebody would say, "Hey, can you run down and get me a hamburger from the diner?" I'm like, "Sure." Reach into my backpack, pull it out. Hey, it's from like 2 days ago. Hands it to the person, and he's like, "Wait a second. Have you been carrying this around all day? This isn't even like this is cold."
They call you out like that?
Yeah. Like, dude, can you
That's hilarious.
So I run to the microwave. I pop the hamburger in the microwave. I heat it for like 30 seconds. I bring it back.
What?
And he's like thrilled. And I make money.
So somewhere there's is this hamburger heated or not attribute that has to be said.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're thinking like a programmer now. Yes, exactly. But I'm afraid, like, I don't let it go too long because it could burn. Because I have burned things in the microwave before. So
burned hamburger is also a possibility.
Almost certainly. So, but I will carry stuff around with me just so I have it to anyway. So, but the worst part about the tech job is that sometimes, and you would love this, Marcus. You would love this part. You get a call. Hurry, come to my desk. Something's blah 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 blah. Right? Okay, so you look in the employee directory to find out where, because I can't remember where these fools sit. Like, so I look in like, oh, they're okay, that's right. So you go to that floor and you find them at their desk, and they're like standing next to the desk waiting for you, and you sit down, and you look and the computer's dead, and it's unplugged. They have like there's the plug next to their desk, and like 2 other plugs are in, but the computer's not plugged in. So you have to unplug one of those plugs and plug the computer in, and then it boots up, and they're like, "Oh, you're a genius!" And then they say, "Oh, but where am I going to plug my electronics in now?" That happens like at least 2 or 3 times a day, right? But then you get the one where the thing literally is all messed up, and you have to. I cannot believe we're still talking about this. You have to basically reload, like reinstall the operating system.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so you have a little
CD. You have a
little CD to stick in the CD-ROM drive, which I assume like is a barrier to a whole bunch of folks.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a CD-ROM drive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess anybody under 30 cannot play this game. Because they're gonna be like, well, what am I supposed to do with this?
So what's this weird metallic space disc?
Right.
And holder.
Then you have to sit there and wait. Like, it takes a long time.
So it's you're waiting.
Install. You're waiting for the little thing to crawl across. They're like, oh, you got to be kidding me, right? And I'm worried. I'm like,
built this into the game.
Now I'm anxious. Like, I'm gonna miss my meeting. And for the longest time, I didn't have a watch. So I didn't know what time it was. I had to go. Like, only certain places have clocks, and you're like supposed to make it to a 10 o'clock meeting. And I'm like, how do I know it's 10 o'clock?
This has to be some kind of a psychological experiment.
So you have to buy a digital watch from, where you can buy a digital watch? The only place?
Raccoon?
No, the Raccoon doesn't have it. The arcade. The arcade. But you can't just buy it at the arcade. You have to use tickets.
I was going to say, you got to play skee ball or something.
It's not skee ball. No, you got to play video games. In a game.
The meta game.
I gotta get out.
You are jacked in, man.
The dog saved my life.
You take the blue pill. You stay here and you take care of the dog, and you play games inside of other games, and you have to buy a digital watch. You take the red pill
and you get the heck out of it,
and you uninstall the game, and you go and live your actual life.
Right. But the thing is, like, I wasn't missing out on my actual life because I was doing this like 1 a.m. Who needs sleep?
So you're adding the stress of this Sasquatch's life to your own.
But the thing, it was actually kind of pleasant until the dog came along.
I think he needs a different name.
Oh, I'm sure that's the problem.
No, but I mean, I don't think that for the effect that this dog has had on your Sasquatch's life, I think Grogu is a little too benign.
It's like a whole theme too. I installed it as part of my extraction plan. I installed another game for the arcade called Frogger. What is it? Frogger T. I don't know what the heck. Frogger TT or Frogger, can't be Frogger TT. What's it called? Frogger in Toy Town.
Frogger in Toy Town.
Yeah, and I like Frogger.
Is he still trying to get across the road? Is that the thing?
I'm trying to. I can't even escape this.
Or
game.
have we?
Yeah, it's still like Frogger, except the graphics are amazing and everything else, and you're in you're in a world where you can impact things. Like, so if there's like a blocks of stacked on top of each other and you touch it, it could fall over, and you can hop up on top. It's actually pretty cool. Okay. Until really, it's like the whole goal is to get into these houses and to rescue these little froglet type things, like these little the tiny little frogs.
Right.
And so now you got to hop around, avoiding all the things that you have to avoid as Frogger, including crossing. I don't know why there's traffic in a house, but I guess like toy traffic. I don't know. Anyway, so you have to cross this, and now it's not just you. You're not just worried about you. Oh no, that's too easy. You got these stupid little froglet things trailing behind. You're like, guys, get closer. What are you doing? Like, come on, there's traffic.
And so you have to figure out how you're going to pay those guys, and then you take the payroll tax out.
I just can't do it.
Games are weird these days, man.
That's a problem. They're really weird. And you know what else I came across? I came across a game where I did delete this because I was like, this is not good. It kind of made itself seem like it was sciencey or something about like asteroids and asteroids impacts on the Earth and stuff. Like, you could see, like, I thought it was this cool interactive app to show like the history of asteroids that have hit the Earth, like where they hit and what the impact was, and maybe did like a recreation of that. Like, there's some cool, interesting, like the moon, how the moon was formed, kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. No, it's not like that at all. Your job is to you get like certain number of asteroids, and some of them are increasing strength, but you don't know that ahead of time. And your job
asteroids are increasing strength.
I guess it's the Earth is being pummeled by increasingly large asteroids.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, but your job is to select where to have the asteroid hit, so that you can get the world population down below a certain level.
Holy crap.
Yes.
That actually sounds fun.
It's terrible. I did it one time.
So how bad do you have to reduce the population?
Down to like 15%.
Wow.
It's impossible. And I realized as I'm trying to do this, I'm like, I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
I just destroyed all of India, and I'm pissed off because I'm still got like 60% of the world left.
Right. And you're like, and you feel bad for picking them. But that's where the
I've
density
lost
is.
You know how I feel about it. Like, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Guess what? You're not going back to China.
Nope.
Mexico City,
Hong Kong.
apparently doesn't mean that much because so I did
Because
it.
you tried.
I tried.
I tried wiping it out.
I wiped out all the
didn't
good
do
places.
me a damn bit of good.
All the good places, and after I did this and it was unsuccessful. I was like, I'm deleting this right now because I cannot. I know how I am, and I'm competing against myself to a certain extent, and I'm going to get drawn into this game where I'm trying to wipe out the population of the earth. Like, I was just trying to take care of a dog and it was bothering me, and now
Right.
no.
Well, the dog didn't.
Why do these games even exist? Like, stop. Don't like Pandemic. Is anybody playing Pandemic anymore?
Yeah, it seems like
I don't think anyone's playing.
at the same time a inappropriate and a remarkably appropriate game.
I know, but it's like basically somebody took whatever I had created in that game a couple years ago, because I was really efficient at wiping out just right. I feel like they took whatever that was and like created it in real life.
Yeah.
The only thing they didn't do is like they didn't get the mutation piece right, but
Well, not yet.
I mean, yeah, I don't think you can play that this year. Maybe that's a 2021
I bet you it's
game.
sold quite a bit, actually.
You think? I don't think
it probably
it
has.
doesn't show. Let's see.
People have a certain morbid fascination that will cause that.
So if we go to how do you do this? Isn't there a way to like sort through? I go to games and I see 2020 top free charts, right? Would that be it?
Oh, you're talking about the like the app version.
Yeah, I don't see it. Definitely don't see it in the top 20. That's encouraging, actually. Let's see paid apps. Oh, do you know what the number one, without looking, the number one paid iPhone app is?
Paid iPhone, and this is app in general or just games?
Games.
Top paid game. Is something weird like Monopoly?
You're so old. No, it's not Monopoly.
In that case,
I do have an embarrassing Monopoly-like game that I played.
Wow, I don't know. I don't know what
it's
that would be.
Minecraft. It's still Minecraft.
Oh, is that paid? I thought there was a. Well, I guess it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. You see, I like Minecraft a lot. I think it's a really cool game, and I think that it's. I think if I had a kid, I'd want them to be playing Minecraft because it's very creative.
Yeah, I became very good at digging holes for my kids. They would
Oh
just
yeah,
tell me,
man.
Dad, I just need you to
strip
dig.
mine like with the best.
They're
of
here.
them.
Take this pickaxe, and I need you to like clear out that whole area. Okay. I love the.
You gotta get your efficiency going, right? You gotta get down to level 11 because that's optimal diamond area.
Oh, you were much more advanced than me.
Y equals 11.
I was like,
and then,
how deep can I dig this hole until I hit water?
And then you go in one direction, cutting a two block high corridor, and then you go over 3 blocks and come back, and so that you can see the blocks on either side, and so it's like you're covering as much territory as possible with as little damage to your pickaxe as possible.
Well, apparently I was doing it all wrong.
You gotta get them diamonds, man.
I mean, Henry, you should see some of the stuff he would create or still does create, I think, sometimes. And even the early days, we were making roller coasters. And, well, I say we, I mean
Yeah, that's some neat stuff, yeah.
But yeah,
I never got into all of the redstone.
Oh,
kind of stuff,
redstone's huge because it's all circuits.
I bet it is.
It's all circuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can make like computers and stuff with those.
You can. I mean, you can't make something to watch your dog, but apparently you can make a computer in Minecraft out of dirt.
Well, you got to find the right duck. I'm telling you.
Right.
As with so many things in life, you just have to find the right duck.
It's all about finding the right.
Bob, yeah, it's not looking too good. He just hasn't found the right duck.